Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is KP with KP Productions, and here interviewing live an up-and-coming YouTuber that goes by the name of Tniza. How you doing today, Tniza?
I'm doing great. A day above ground is good. What about yourself?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. So let me ask you, are you nervous?
No, ma'am.
Good, good. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Tell me what it's like growing up. Where are you from?
I'm actually from, South Carolina. But I'm from the city of Columbia. That's where I'm from. As far as growing up, as a youngster in the neighborhood that I grew up in was called Broad River Terrace. It was a very rough neighborhood. I was on Section 8, food stamps, welfare. Had to fight just about every other day. Matter of fact, the very first day that we moved in there, had guys at the steps waiting to fight us that we didn't even know. I got my mom looking out the window saying, if they cut your ass, I'm gonna cut your ass. So y'all know what we had to do. We had to cut their ass. So, Other than that, we became friends because we fought, several weeks. It was like, an initiation in order to go outside because we wasn't gonna stay inside. But growing up was kind of rough, But I still love the neighborhood and the things that I went through.
All right. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. Total on my mom's side, I'm the oldest. On my mom and dad's side, I'm the firstborn. On my mom's side, I have a brother and sister. On my dad's side, I have two brothers, two sisters, but one of my sisters is deceased. So totaling, I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters currently. And we don't say step brothers and sisters. We say brothers and sisters.
Right. Did you have the opportunity of growing up with both of your parents?
Unfortunately not. I grew up with just my mother.
Okay. All right. Well, just listening to you having to fight to live in the neighborhood that you grew up in, you consider that a little bit of a struggle. Tell me, what did you feel like you struggled the most in your life?
I would say the struggle came in, around the 6th grade through the 9th grade. And the only reason why I say during that time, I noticed some changes in the house, like lights being cut off, phone being cut off, water being cut off, sometimes all 3, shortage of food, And I started hearing that my mom was on drugs, bless her soul. Yes, found out that my mom was on drugs. I'm not ashamed to say it. Some of you guys' mom probably on drugs too. But my thing is, that's nothing to be ashamed of because I went through that for approximately 6, 7, 8, 9, about 4 years. So I know exactly what you guys are going through out there. We have moms that's still on drugs, I just went through it for a brief period of time. But yes, I just grew up with just one parent and she stopped doing it because I noticed everything was staying on and the food was, back to normal.
All right, Tniza, do you have any children? And if so, how many and what are their ages?
Yes, I have children. I have 6 and their ages is from 31 to 20.
Okay, 31 to 20. Wow, 6 of them. Okay. Do you get along with your baby mamas?
Of course, now, yes. But, of course, we had bumps in the road. Coming up, we all do. But, as we done got older and more mature, I had currently 4 baby moms. One of them is deceased, so I currently have 3. So 2 of them I'm getting along with, and the other one I am reaching out to, for us to be able to get along as well.
Mm-hmm.
Whether we get along as well, whether we get along or not, at least I tried to reach out. Not just for my children's sake, but for our sake because we're their parents. And whether or not, we become, I would say, back on good terms or not, at least I did my part to reach out.
Definitely.
Yes. Definitely. And when you said earlier, oh, wow, 6 children, I get that a lot when I tell people I have 6 children. The thing is, when they respond like that, when they say, wow, it's not like they're taking care of them. I'm taking care of them. Matter of fact, I've taken care of them.
Well, speaking for myself, when I said that, I was just saying, wow, you look still young to have 6, but nothing negative. So let me apologize for that if it was taken that way.
No, I didn't take it that way. I was saying it in general because, when a guy say how many children they have, that mostly be the response that they get.
I understand. Yeah. All right. So what age were you when you had your first child?
19.
Okay. All right. Did you ever sell drugs?
Well, I was growing up in the hood and, being on the Section 8 and food stamps and welfare and barely having, seeing other kids with new shoes at school and, and being in the neighborhood and seeing the neighborhood drug dealer with all the girls and big wads of money. Yes, I dibble and dab. Yes.
Have you ever been shot at or shot someone at someone?
Surprised you asked me that, but yes, I've been shot at and yes, I've shot someone. Am I proud of it? No. Would I do it again today? Yeah, because he was shooting at me. So, and the reason why I got a gun was because I heard that he was looking for me over a girl, but I wasn't going to run, so I got me a gun, and that's how that situation occurred.
Okay, all right. Have you ever, what type of jobs have you had before?
I mean, coming up, at a young age, I've been working since I was 11 and 12, and when I was working at 11 and 12, what I did, I went and got my first pair of clippers from Kmart, and started cutting kids' hair in the neighborhood, making $2 a head, because $2 back then was a lot of money to me, and then I wanted to be independent, not always go to my mom and ask her for money. So I started being independent from 11, but restaurants, and all kind of other little odds and end jobs.
Okay. Did you ever have a desire to go to college?
Actually, I went to college, technical college. I went to barbering school. I'm currently a barber. I went to real estate school. I passed the course in the class, but never took the final exam. Then I went back to real estate school and took up appraising, passed the state exam. But at the time, between 04 and 08, the market had crashed. So I couldn't get the rest of my requirements at that time for me to go out on my own. But I didn't look at it as a loss. I looked at it as a lesson. And I also looked at it as, the Heavenly Father took me through that for me to get the knowledge of real estate, which I currently have now. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing real estate investing.
Okay, sounds good. So all of this knowledge and education and expertise that you've been talking to us about so far, what is it that you wanted to be when you grew up as a child? What did you first say as a child, I want to be when I grow up?
When I was a child, of course, we all say we want to be a millionaire, going up in the hood, but, as I've grown, the main thing I wanted to be was successful.
Did you ever get involved in music?
Yes, I did. Back in 97, a friend of mine from Columbia, South Carolina named Mr. Black, he had got signed to So Def. Shouts out to JD. What's up, Chi Chi? Jermaine Dupri. Yeah, I met him during that time, Jermaine Dupri. How did I meet him? From two of my friends from Columbia, which is Joe Gita and Easy, Eric Stewart. Shouts out to my boy Eric Stewart. He no longer with us, bless his soul. But during that time, yes, that's what got me kind of doing my own thing as far as music. I actually had a group here in Columbia, South Carolina named The Woodsmen. And those who don't believe me, you can go on my IG page, TEEEL L 4. That's TEEELL 4, and you can see everything that I'm talking about and all the celebrities and everything that I was around at that time.
Speaking of Jermaine Dupri and music, have you ever had any kind of affiliations or been a part of a club?
You know what? Yes, I have been involved in a club. Matter of fact, back in 1998, because I remember I was bringing in 1999 in with that Prince song. I didn't own the club, but I did rent the club out. Shouts out to my homeboy Jake Ross, who's no longer with us. He taught me a whole lot about how to run a club from ground up. And while I was in the music business, he taught me a lot of things about the music business. So yes, I was involved in the club business as well.
All right. You've had your hand in a couple pots doing things along the years. So what does the word grind mean to you?
The word grind actually means exactly what it says, grind. What I mean by grind is, if you have a passion or if you have a dream or a destiny, whatever that may be. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in blood, sweat, and tears. You know what I'm saying? You got to really focus on whatever it is that you want to do, and you got to stay at it. You know, I wish I would have had that same advice to myself years ago, but guess what? Warren Buffett started his career at the age of 50. So with that being said, it's never too late to start. And grind means to just stay on top of whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is you want to achieve. Don't listen to your so-called friends and the naysayers, you know what I'm saying, because they don't see your vision. You got to keep moving forward, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Just like me. I don't really know too much about the YouTube, but I'm learning as I go, as you guys can see. And I'm on the grind with that as well.
Well, keep it going, Tniza. We like what we see so far. So let me just ask you, what is your sign?
Virgo.
Virgo.
Shouts out to all you Virgos out there.
Okay. Have you lived in Colombia all of your life?
Unfortunately, yes. I've been on the whole entire East Coast from NY to MI. And of course, I've been on the West Coast as well. Okay.
I have to ask, what was it like, or what is it like standing in front of this camera for you, for your YouTube channel?
Being in front of the camera, being in front of the camera is a beast. Some days better than others, but am I nervous in front of the camera? At first, yes. And then sometimes, some days, not me recording myself, but if somebody else was to be recording me and I know a great amount of people is behind that camera watching me, then yeah, it could be a little nervousness, but once I get to talking, the nervousness go away.
That's good. So just getting to know a little bit about you and talk a little bit more. We've got a good bit of information. What is your definition of family?
Family, I agree with what I heard Ricky Smiley said. Family don't necessarily mean your blood, your immediate family. You know what I'm saying? I agree with every word that he said, that, we choose who our family is. Our family is those who not only say they love us, but show they love us. If we have to run behind somebody that say that they love us, they don't. Whether it's your children, your mother, your father, your sister, your cousin, your nephew, your niece. If you have to run behind them, yeah, they family as far as blood, but are they really your family? The family is those who be there in the time of need and don't turn their back on you.
Tell us about your passion.
Well, I have many passions, but my main passion is real estate investing.
Okay. Real estate investing. Have you ever been in the service?
Never been in the service. No.
How were you inspired to do YouTube?
Well, actually, I watch YouTube, just like everybody else. My daughter, was telling me about YouTube and was explaining everything to me about your own channel. She even have on her own channel, but once she explained everything to me, shouts out to Tniza. Shouts out to her. She inspired me, She showed me every step of the way how to get my channel and everything, but I took off a little faster than her, I started recording immediately. First I was doing it, for the money, but now I'm actually doing it because I enjoy doing it. There's still a whole lot of things that I gotta learn, but like you were saying earlier about the grind, I'm willing to do the grind. I'm willing to learn from ground up. In other words, I'm willing to get it out of the mud.
Right. Shout out to Tniza. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Did you love any of your baby mothers?
We all say that we don't, or we didn't at a point in time. But when it narrows down to it, I love them all because they're the mother of my children. Regardless of what we went through. I take some of the blame, And yes, I love them.
Do you believe in God?
Of course I believe in God. And I know that God exists. To whomever think that he don't. I'm not judging, to each his or her own. You're going to be in for a rude awakening once you leave this flesh body. And yes, I believe in him.
Very well said.
Yes.
Have you ever been to jail?
Of course, I've been in the county jail, you know, in and out. But as far as the penitentiary, no.
Okay. All right. Have you ever been robbed or robbed someone?
I've never been robbed, but I done had my dope crept, you know, and those who sell drugs know what that means by having their drugs crept. But we talk about the 90s now, so this is the 2000s. This is a whole nother era. That was then. This is now. I'm not involved in none of that now. Far as robbing someone, coming up, you know, in younger age, teenager, you know, we used to snatch chains during the Ron DMC era. So if you call that robbing, then yes, but with a gun, no.
Okay. Have any of your baby mothers ever put you on child support?
Yes. Out of all 4 of them, 3 of them, well, 2 of them did. 1 of them tried, and 1 of them never did.
Have they ever tried to keep your children away from you?
I went through some things, you know what I'm saying, on that line. But like I said, I don't want to say too much to make us not see eye to eye. So, you know.
Okay. Do you communicate with your children? Do you all have a relationship with each one of your children? Are they in your life now?
They've been in my life all the way up until they graduated. You know, once they got a little older, started smelling themselves, you know what I'm saying? You know, some of them went astray, you know what I'm saying? Some of them think that I'm supposed to bend on certain things just because they're grown. But my thing is, you know, from the old school, you know, I was taught you have to have respect. Not saying that they don't have respect, but I say for the most of it, if we're around one another, yes, we get along. But we done had a lot of differences.
Good. I'm glad you all had a chance to clear them up or work them out or however it may be.
Yes.
What gives you the drive that you have, Tniza?
The drive. Me growing up in the hood with a single parent. Me growing up sometimes not having. Me growing up on food stamps and welfare. Me growing up without having, you know what I'm saying, certain things that the other children had when I went to school. All of that, you know what I'm saying, ignited the fire that's in me because I don't want to go back to that type of living that I went through.
Okay. If you had anything to say to the youth today, what would it be?
Put your guns down.
All right, Tniza, I want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to interview you. And I want to ask the Most High to make sure He continue to keep you and bless you while we go through this journey. And I also would like to say thank you very much for being my first interviewer on KP Productions.
Well, KP, I thank you guys for having me. You know what I'm saying? People don't know who you guys are now. I thank you guys for coming up out of the mud with me from the beginning. And like I said to all my viewers that's out there now, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit the bell. Tniza, over and out.